I have a kid-free day, and I don't know what the hell to do with myself. Their grandmother came and surprised us and is taking them all three all day. And I have all these ideas of what to do, but now that they're gone, it's raining outside, it's so quiet in the house. I don't want to do anything but sit here and have a cigarette. I don't want to do anything. I was like, oh, I'm going to study. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to clean the bathroom. I'm going to rearrange the living room because now I want this like this and this here. And I'm going to clean up all these clothes and I'm going to do this and do this. And they just left and I'm like, I don't want to do a damn thing but have a glass of wine and enjoy the quiet. It's so rare that my house is so quiet. There's no little person pounding away, crawling from room to room, yelling at me. There's no kids fighting. There's no noises. No spill. I spilled. Well, clean it up. Okay. There's no water running. What's that sound? This is so nice. I don't know. I just want to enjoy the quiet. And maybe that's the best thing. Just a time to reset, reflect, calm down. Just enjoy it. It is so rare that I'm fully kid-free with all three of them. Because I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then an 11-month-old. So, yeah. The older ones are good. You know, anyone can take them, but not everyone can carry the baby, and it's a lot with 3 kids. Yeah, I don't know how I got 3 kids. I know, but it's just crazy. 2 was fine. Why the hell did we want another? Why'd I think it'd be fun? Easier. It's not easier. We have 1 more month until her birthday. And when my kids turn 1, I throw the bottles in the garbage. Kobe and the bottles to the garbage. Like, nope, you're done. Here's your sippy cup. I'm not doing no more bottles. I'm done with the formula. No more mix. Oh my God. And my kid has little acid reflux really bad. So she has to have some multi-grain cereal, baby cereal in her bottle to make it thicker. Because if it's just normal, she throws it up. Which is very frustrating. So, every day, you know, I couldn't really pre-make bottles because you can't do that. It sits, it clumps. So that's a lot extra work. And every once in a while, I would try to see if it's gone away or gotten better. So I make it thinner, just throw up everywhere. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But she has been starting to drink like little water or little juice. So I think it's getting better, which is good, because the hell are you going to drink when you're 1? I can't give you, like, rice cereal, you know, like, that's gross. It's so nice when they grandma come. You know, I'll be like, grandma coming, you better clean up your room. They'd be like, okay. Yeah, of course, I could tell you 200 times a day, scream to the top of my lungs, ask you nice and politely. Remind you, guys, no TV. Doesn't matter. But lately, they have been starting to clean better. Well, at least. I'm like, I buy all these organizers and buckets and things to try to help us. You put your toys in here, your toys in here, put toys in here. And then it gets to the point, there's toys everywhere. Get a bucket, put everything in the bucket. I don't even care. Put it in the corner. I don't want to step on it. I have a baby in my hands. Like, what don't you guys understand? Now they're getting annoyed. My daughter is especially, because she'll step on a toy and be like, Vincent! Clean up your toys. I'm like, see, that's why you want to clean them up, because that hurts. And now your foot is cramped because you stepped on a toy that should have been put away because no one was playing with it. And that's no fun. Kids are hard-headed. This is so nice. I'll take a shower by myself. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I could eat anything without anyone coming up to me. Can I have some? I want some. God forbid you ever say no. I never get nothing. You don't love me. I never get nothing. Never. Never. I haven't had a snack to myself in 4 years. I love my kids to death. It is a struggle, though. I wish it worked out how I had planned. You know, I was with someone since high school. We talked about getting married and having kids. Then we grew up, we became adults, and it didn't work like that. And I'm so ashamed. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so upset with myself. I should have waited. I should have said, look, if we're not getting married, we're not having kids. Because I don't want to be put in that position of a baby mama. I don't want to be a baby mama. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be mad at you. I don't want to hate you when you don't do something right. I don't want to be mad at you when you don't call your kids or see your kids. And it got to that point. And we had a conversation. And I was like, you know, it's a lot. We got 3 kids. Every time a kid has a birthday, it's like, holy crap, I have a 5-year-old. We have 3 kids. Never would have thought my life would be like this. I never wanted this. I wanted it with the family and the whole package and the help. I didn't want it by myself. And he said, and I'm like, and that was you, because you know I didn't really want kids. But because of you, I wanted the family. You wanted that, so that became important to me. But it changed. You changed. I changed. I matured. I got my shit together because we had kids and I didn't have a choice. I wasn't about to be one of these moms out here in the club, messed up, having people come to my, you know, take my kids away from me. No. Get your shit together. You have a whole human to deal with, to protect, to teach, to take care of. You can't slack on that shit. You slack, it's very easy to go down very fast. You got to take them to doctors. You got to feed them. You got to watch. You got to protect them. Make sure they're happy and healthy and teach them and read to them and love them. It's a lot of fucking work. I miss my old job. That was nothing compared to being a parent because you don't get a break. It is 24/7. And then you find yourself awake and, oh my God, what if something happened? You put thoughts in your head and you go crazy. I think of the worst things. I think, oh my God. You know, you hear a splash in the bathtub. Oh my God, they're underwater. Oh my God, they're dead. What would you do? What would you do if your child stopped breathing? If you went in there, my heart breaks for those parents that have to deal with the death of a child. I got so scared. I would go check on them 100 times a night, to the point they'd get so annoyed. I'd be like, are you breathing? Are you okay? I love you. I love you so much. I would die. What would you do if your baby just wasn't breathing? And you would kill yourself, blaming yourself. I should have checked on you more. I shouldn't have put you in there. I should look. Like I can picture it in my head. That's mothers. We think it, we feel it, it becomes a reality, we fan it, like we go in the whole thing. And I thought about that, and I thought about, I'd isolate, I wouldn't be myself, I wouldn't be the best mother to my other children if I lost a child. If I lost my baby, I would die. I'd be like, I wouldn't see her little beautiful face. Oh my God, like, this is a thought and I'm already starting to cry. How would you move on? You'd have to get rid of all their stuff. You'd have pictures of them and videos, and you'd hear their little voice. I would die. I couldn't deal. I don't think I could handle that. Oh my goodness. And then the other little, I could just see my daughter. I could see people when people ask her, "Oh, you have siblings? You have a brother or sister?" And I have a brother, and I could just see my daughter. We had a sister, but she died. Like, that would be, oh my God, that'd be so sad. Or she's in heaven, you know, because they go up to the refrigerator and my son will look at the pictures and say, hey, that's your papa. I'll say, yeah, he's dead. He's in heaven. And I'm like, yeah, he used to be with me like you have your grandpas. I had one grandpa all my life. And he was my #1 man in my life. He was the only man in my life that was a good man. My dad went to the military. Not that he's not a good man, it's just I didn't know him for a long time. I didn't know what he looked like. I only knew the stuff I heard from my mother, which didn't really sound accurate. It sounded like just bitterness. And that was hard. But for kids, you don't want them to go through that or feel that. I'm very random. My thoughts just go and go. I hate going in public. It scares me with 3 kids, especially by myself. And it's just the grocery store, because I just think of someone snatching them. I just look at them and I'm like, you're so beautiful. You're so vibrant. You dance around. Kidnapper would spot you and be like, oh yeah. Oh look, she's ditzy. She doesn't pay attention. Oh, as soon as that mom looks at that aisle, I'm snatching her. Then I think, oh my God, I'd have to leave my kids, chase somebody down, tackle them, start whooping their ass, and restrain them until the authorities could get them. But then I'm leaving my other 2 kids. You know, like, what would you do? You would hope a good Samaritan would help you out. You would hope a mother or something would grab your kids and help you. Like, how would you handle that situation by yourself? It happens. Like, it's a reality. Kids not coming home from the school bus, getting snatched. Oh, hey, I know your mom. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll get in your car. That would be my kids. As much as I tell them, don't talk to strangers. Oh, mommy, no. Yeah, it's nice to go to a worker and say, hey, are you having a good day at work? Yeah, it's so sweet, so kind. But you don't know people out here. You're just going up to people. My kids are so... I was never friendly. I mean, I was abused, so I didn't like anybody. And I couldn't talk. I was mute. So... I was mute by choice because I was scared and I didn't know how to talk. And I got abused so much that I was scared. I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't know what was right and what was wrong to say. So I was just mute in a corner somewhere. I used to get so frustrated. I would take my nails and just scratch my skin. And I would just scratch it over and over until it would bleed. Because I'd be so frustrated, and usually it would be like if I'd get a lecture, or I'd get a lecture after I got my ass whooped, and I'd be like, you gonna whoop the shit out of me, I'm bleeding, and then you gonna make me stand here and listen to you talk about Bible scriptures, and how you disciplining me and teaching me. I hated that. I hated that religious shit. You would make me sit there for hours and hours and study and read the Bible and read this book and okay, get the Awake, get the Watchtower. My stepfather was a Jehovah's Witness and he was a psychopath. And he wasn't even in good standing with the church. He was disfellowshipped. So you, of all people, should not be trying to teach people right from wrong. You can't even lead an example in your damn life. And I never understood how my mom was so blind and just thought he was such a great guy. He was ugly as shit, okay? Compared to my father, oh my God, how did you go from that to that? Honey. He didn't really have a job. He just had hobbies. Like, he was older, ugly, an asshole, obsessed with this psychotic religion. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't agree. I felt like it was a cult. Growing up in that, I felt like it was a cult. And people may not agree with me. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. I know how I was treated in the church. I know how people treat other people who have a disagreement. My parents said to me, you know, there's a certain age, like when you're 16, where a child can decide if I'm going to be in the church, be a pioneer, not be in the church. I said, hey, as soon as I'm 16, I'm not going to be in this church. And they said, well, we're not going to be able to associate ourselves with you. Did I say, hey, I'm going to go be a stripper, a murderer, a drug dealer, a killer, or whatever? No. All I said was, I don't agree with the church's teachings, and I don't want to be in the church. That's all I said. So therefore, that gives you the right to say, as your mother, oh, well, I'll have nothing to do with you. That's fucked up. That pisses me off to the core. And I said to them, and I was young. I was probably 12 or 13. And I was like, doesn't that sound messed up to you? That you would break up a family because you have a difference of opinion? I didn't say I would go you know, like lash out at the church and I wouldn't speak. I don't care. I wouldn't say anything. But that I couldn't have my mother in my life because I don't want to be in the same religion is fucked up to me. I just thought, I was like, okay. I purposely lost my virginity just so I could be shunned, basically. When you do that, you do something like that, it's so embarrassing. They call your name off in front of the entire congregation. They say, we're taking her off the list of unbaptized publishers. You can't talk to anyone in the church. You have to be quiet. You can't raise your hand. You can't say a comment. You can't really do anything. You can't go out in field service. And I did it on purpose because I was tired. I hated going door to door. Do you know the truth? I hated that. I hated going door to door. I hated Bible studies. I hated all that stuff. The only thing I liked was the conventions because when you'd walk around, there'd be a bunch of cute boys. That's all I liked. I used to use my binoculars to look for boys. If I started to fall asleep, they would make me stand up in the middle of the aisle. People staring at me like it was so embarrassing. I hated that. If I didn't comment, sometimes I'd get in trouble. Sometimes I'd get a whooping. You better make sure you comment for the meeting's over. What type of shit is that? I think that's why I'm so relaxed on religion with my kids. Like, I don't force it. And I'm still learning. You know, we're Catholic, and I was baptized Catholic when I was 15. I made that choice on my own. I went to my grandparents. I said, you guys are Catholic. I've been to church with you a few times. I like it. I want to learn more about it. And I did the process on my own. Nobody forced me. Nobody. And even after that, I came to them. I said, I don't really agree with everything. I don't really want to be Catholic. My grandma was a little heartbroken. But my grandpa said, okay, go to other churches. See what's out there. See what you want to. What do you want? And I said,